Hello, welcome to another video on Stata. My name is Anko the Tutor. Please, before you proceed, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and of course comment anything that you feel you want it taught in Stata or any other software in data analysis. I'll be free to offer my help on that area. So today I'm here to teach you about how to delete missing observations, in Stata. So perhaps let me load this data from last time. If you run this command, of course, so these are the variables. So you want to see what we have, some missing values in our data set. You notice all these are missing observations, and of course any analysis you need to ensure that you do not have any missing values in your variables, because that will alter the actual interpretation and also the correctness of your analysis. So as a data analyst, what do you do to delete missing observations? Because in Excel it's simple. Go to Excel, of course, highlight what you want to highlight, then delete what you want to delete, and then it's simple. But you see in Stata it's a little bit different. So now here I'm to take you through the process. So the first thing you need to identify is how many rows. We need to first create a new row. So let me write the steps here so that at least we're able to understand all these things. So the first thing that we need to do is to first identify, the first thing is you create an extra column, that actually tells you. So this one tells then n, then like the number, tells the number of missing values. That's the first step. So how do you do this? You generate a new column. So create or generate, call this generate in Stata. You generate a new column that tells us the number of missing values in each row. So now let's go to Stata. So here we are. So what you do is you say please generate egen a column called nmiss, that basically tells us rmiss. So if you don't have rmiss, first of all, let me not do this. If you don't have rmiss, a function called rmiss, what you need to do is you need to install it. And how do you install it? Find it, rmiss, then run that. It should give you where to install it. You notice it's here, rmiss2. So you click on the first link, then click here to install, then you install that, and it should give you, because now in my end it's there already, it's already installed. Click here to return to previous page. So I have already installed it, so you don't but if you don't have, please install it. Then once you here, the next thing, as I said, is generate a column called nmiss that basically tells us the number, rmiss2, the number of variables, the number of observations that are missing, and of course we need to confirm that. So the observations that are the variables that don't have some observations are sales and profit. So that's what you include in your formula. So you say, come here, select sales, and of course select profit, then of course lock them and run that. So now we have generated a new column called nmiss. So let's see that. So if you go toward the end of our data, the final column that we've created is nmiss, that actually shows us how many observations are missing. You notice here there are 2. Yeah. So once you've identified this, yeah, now you need to go back and say, now the next thing is to keep. So the next thing, that is the second step, is now to filter. More or less of filtering, by the way. Filtering. How do you do that? Just keep. So keep if nmiss, of course, equals to 0. Equals to 0. But you can also say drop if n miss is greater than 0. You can also say that. So we'll try both functions and see, because at the end of the day you're still saying the same thing. So now we proceed and say back to what we had. So the first thing you say, keep if n miss, suppose to use double equals to 0. That's the first step. Or you can say drop if n miss is greater than 0. Let's see. So drop. Okay, I said drop, but instead of drip, sorry. Copy. Let me just drop if n miss is greater than 0. Then you notice the same thing has occurred. But funny thing is, we can clear actually let me clear this part if I can. Clear results. We can actually clear the results and see. We use another function that says, okay, before we confirm that, we can confirm if we still have the missing variables in there. Notice the 2's, that the area that we had 2's, it's no longer there. We can still go back and redo the same process now, this time around using what? Using keeping. So let's import the data first. Then the next thing, of course, we generate that new column was already defined. Okay, already we have data in memory already defined. The next thing is, what we do is egen can actually clear everything. What you can do is just run clear everything. So we start by running loading the data. Then the next thing is of course installing that, but now that you've installed it, you don't need to install it again. The next thing is now you generate then that column. Then after that, now this time around we said we're not dropping but we're keeping. So keep if n miss equals to 0. You notice same thing has happened. Yeah, so that is how, because now if you go to now our data set, you notice 1, we don't have the 2's, then 2, our sales and our profit variables do not have missing values. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet in my next video on Stata still. Thank you very much.